New Tool Day Tuesday, where I share with you unique or useful tools that I myself use that I think you might be interested in. I previously did a video on this particular product that Nitecore sells, and I got a lot of feedback of people that said they were interested in mosquito type repelling products. I personally have a lot of experience with these mosquito pads. I have a lantern that I sit on a picnic table, and that lantern uses these little pads that put some type of off-gassing that causes the mosquitoes to hate it. And with my experience, these work really well. So I was very excited when Nitecore reached out to me and they said that they had a different option. This one was portable. You could hang it on your own person. And I thought this would be outstanding when working in the yard or maybe even mowing or whatever you're doing. This will help keep those mosquitoes away from you. So I told them go ahead and send it and we'll take a look at it. The product we are looking at is the EMR25. I will put a link down below in case you're interested in this product. Now this particular product uses two technologies. You can turn them on or off independently. The first technology is it does use those mosquito pads, but secondly it has an ultrasonic sound that it emits that apparently drives mosquitoes crazy. In the box was also some information regarding those mosquito pads. I'll be upfront and honest with you, I've been using thermocell pads. They fit just fine and they work perfectly, but I do think Nitecore sells their own pads in case you're interested in those as well. And very quickly, I think we need to talk about these mosquito pads so that you know what we're talking about in case you're not familiar with them. You can pretty much buy these in any big box store, or you can order them online, but this is called a thermocell. It is a mosquito mat. I think thermocell is just the brand name. When you buy a box of them, they come individually wrapped just like this. And when you open them up, you'll find a little blue pad, and this blue pad will turn white when it's all used up. Usage time typically varies by the device, and they will last anywhere between 4 and 6 hours, depending on if you're using a higher setting or a lower setting. And a quick tip for those frugal-minded people like me, if you don't use them all up during one event, you can slip them back into a bag and use the rest of it later. You just need to put them in a bag so it stays fresh. So let's go ahead and talk about the device itself. As you can see, it's not terribly big. It does have a little bit of bulk with the battery, but anytime you're heating something up, you need lots of battery, so that's why it has a large battery on it. The battery does come off of the unit by pressing two clips in on the side. You can remove that battery. That battery is 12,000 milliamp hours. So if you look at the top of the battery, you can see an input and an out. The input is where you would use the cable to charge the battery. The out is if you want to power another accessory. So if you wanted to charge your phone or charge something else, you could do this in a crunch because again, it's 12,000 milliamp hours. So there's quite a bit of energy stored in this battery. When you're charging the battery, you can find indicator lights on top of that battery, which will tell you how much it is charged. There are 4 LEDs, each representing 25% of a charge. And once that battery is charged, you can put the battery back on and you're ready to use the unit. Using it is very simple. There are 2 buttons on the front, and that is all you need to operate the device. This particular button operates the audible high-pitched sound, the ultrasonic sound that drives the mosquitoes crazy. To turn on that feature, you're just going to hold the button down, and eventually you're going to see that it is on. So this indicator is telling us that it is on, and it's telling us that with about 75% battery, we have 34 hours of that activity left. Now please note, in the camera the screen is flickering, but in real life the screen is clear. And turning it off is the same. You press and hold the button down, and it will turn off. Now, if you want to use a mosquito mat, you obviously have to put a mosquito mat into the device just by sliding it through the slot. And then after you've slipped that pad in, you want to hold the right button down and it will turn on. Now, there is 2 different power settings. Right now, it is defaulted to the low power setting, and it can last 9 hours on that 71% of battery life that we have. Hitting that right button again in this mode will turn it to high power. And we have 5 hours of high power on 71% battery life. So it's quite a bit of time. Now the very cool thing about this device is if you want to use both the mosquito mat and you want to use that audible sonic alarm, you can press the left button. And now you can see that it is in high power mode and it has an ultrasonic sound going on, and we have 4 hours of that activity before the battery goes to 0. And again, our battery was only at 71% when we started, so it wasn't even fully charged because, well, I've been using this device. Now looking at the back of the device, you can see there is a clip. This is awesome because you can clip this on your belt, which is what I have been doing with it. And looking at the sides, you can see there are these little speaker outputs, and that's because this is where the ultrasonic sound comes out at. So what are my final thoughts about this device? Well, I really like it. I love the fact that I can slip a mosquito pad in and turn it on and just kind of forget about the mosquitoes. That technology I know works, and I know it works well. With the display, you can pretty much tell everything that's going on, including how much battery is left. And speaking of battery, if you need an emergency battery, you can certainly charge your phone off the battery that's included on this device. I like the option of having the ultrasonic sound. If you didn't have any mosquito pads, maybe that would get you by. And I also like the zippable semi-hard shell case that it comes with. It allows me to put some mosquito pads on one side, and I I can store the manual and maybe even the charge cable in the other side. And then once you place the device inside, you can zip it up, keep it protected, and everything you need to repel mosquitoes is in one spot. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.